Have you ever been in a relationship where your needs felt too much? Like asking for basic things, attention, reassurance, consistency, somehow turned into a problem? So you start holding things in. You stop saying what you need. You tell yourself, I'll just be easier to deal with. But at the same time, something inside you feels off. Because deep down, you know you're not asking for anything unreasonable. That's where a lot of people get confused. They don't know the difference between healthy needs and toxic ones. And that confusion, it can quietly ruin a relationship. Because here's the truth. Having needs in a relationship isn't the problem. Needing connection, needing respect, needing emotional safety, that's normal. That's human. Healthy needs don't control the other person. They communicate. They sound like, hey, this matters to me, not you have to do this or else. Healthy needs come from self-awareness. You know what you feel and you express it clearly. But toxic needs feel different. They don't come from clarity. They come from fear. Fear of being abandoned. Fear of not being enough, fear of losing the person. And because of that, they don't just ask, they demand. Not always out loud, but emotionally. You might notice it in small ways, like needing constant reassurance, but never really feeling reassured, or expecting someone to read your mind and feeling hurt when they don't, or getting anxious when they take space and assuming that something is wrong. It's not that your feelings aren't real. They are, but the way they show up can put pressure on the relationship. And here's where it gets important. A healthy relationship can hold your needs, but it can't carry your fears for you. If your needs are coming from a place of insecurity, no amount of love from the other person will fully fix that. Because the issue isn't just what they're doing, it's what you're feeling internally. And this goes both ways. Sometimes you are not the one with the toxic need. Sometimes you're the one being asked to meet them. You're constantly reassuring, constantly proving, constantly trying to make the other person feel secure. And no matter how much you give, it never feels like enough. That's another sign. Because healthy needs create connection. Toxic needs create pressure. One brings you closer, the other makes you feel responsible for someone else's emotional state. And over time, that gets exhausting. You start losing yourself trying to keep the relationship stable. And that's not what love is supposed to feel like. Love isn't about walking on eggshells. It's not about shrinking your voice. It's not about constantly managing someone else's emotions or hiding your own. Real love makes space. It allows both people to show up honestly, without fear of being too much or not enough. So if something feels off in your relationship, don't just ask, are my needs too much? Ask a better question. Where are my needs coming from? Are they coming from self-respect or from fear? Because that changes everything. And the goal isn't to become someone who has no needs. The goal is to understand them, to communicate them clearly, to take responsibility for your emotional world without expecting someone else to fix it for you. And also to recognize when someone else's needs are starting to cost you your peace. Because love should feel like support, not like pressure, not like confusion, not like something you have to constantly manage just to keep it from falling apart. And once you really understand that difference, you stop blaming yourself for feeling too much, and you start building something that actually feels right. I recommend watching this video. It will also help you. And don't forget, a healthy relationship equals a healthy life.